Alright, you ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we're going to be talking about what's going on with our altcoins dumping. We're going to be looking at what caused that, and we're going to be looking at what to do exactly now, right now, here. So with no further ado, let's get into today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So basically here, guys, let's get straight into the meat of the problem here. Bitcoin on the weekly chart, literally. This is the weekly chart on Bitcoin since basically the bottom of 2022 bear market to now. Weekly candles, weekly chart, nothing wrong with it, right? Nothing wrong. Still going up, still looking good and healthy. But altcoins are not liking exactly what they heard now. So what basically is happening is Mr. Jerome Powell now here, the guy that controls the money supply in the world, that controls the USA dollars supply, like the mint function. This guy is the dev of the USD. So this guy decides either to print more USD in the system or to get this USD off the system. So basically rate cuts means that we're gonna have more USD in the system when the rates go down. When they go up or they stay stagnant, that's not good news. So basically what he said, we did see a cut on December this month, which is supposed to be very bullish, which is supposed to get the markets pumping, but it didn't, because Mr. Jerome Powell said that the Feds are not looking into aggressively cutting by 2025, and most of the investors were anticipating more rate cuts in 2025 and pretty much go to zero rates and have the money printer back on. So that's what caused the drama now. The investors got shocked. They did not like the news now with the rates and everything. So we were expecting at least 4 rate cuts in 2025, but now it appears that only 2 are gonna happen, and none in January. Basically, pretty much January is not going to see a rate cut. So that's pretty much what's caused the market to sell off. So nothing fundamentally wrong with crypto, nothing related to crypto that dumped the market. Crypto is fine, nothing really wrong with it. BlackRock and Sailor and the big whales and the plans for Bitcoin to become a reserve in the US and everything, and Trump is still gonna be the president, which is the crypto, which is what got the market to rally in the first place. And the SEC, Gary Gensler, is out. All those good fundamentally good things that help crypto, and especially got crypto and Bitcoin and everything pumping recently, are still there. So that's what we really need to understand, which means this dip is just a dip. It's not the top of the cycle. But on the other hand, we got altcoins getting hammered. Some altcoins, some not. Now, like pretty much, Breton ETH actually held very strong here, and it's due because of the sellers are mostly gone, most of the sellers. So pretty much it's funny to see this, that Breton ETH pretty much is a signal in the market. It pumped before altcoins started pumping, and it started selling off before the altcoin started selling off. So, and it's holding pretty well here while altcoins are selling off, and it's mainly because it's already got its sell off, so it's finding a floor here. So it's funny to me to see that it pumps before the market and it sells off before the market. So pretty much we're gonna see it again pump before the market, which is pretty funny to see. But anyways, why altcoins now are selling off, most of them? Well, recently, you remember, guys, what happened when we seen Dogecoin again, and this massive mania and hype basically we had in the market. Dogecoin pumping, XRP pumping, Trump and Elon Musk and everybody is like full on crypto, and retail came back. Even some friends started calling me and they told me, oh my god, I missed on PayPay, and these friends are not even into crypto, and I was shocked that they asked me about PayPay. And a lot of people bought the tops and came into this like super hype period we got. It was a week of like super hype. Pretty much. It didn't last, but imagine that a real altcoin season, we have at least 2 months to 3 months of that super hype. That's the main thing. But anyways, why do we have these sell-offs now in altcoins? The reason is because of that 1 week of hype and Trump and all that. A lot of people, retail that have nothing to do with crypto and don't understand it that much, came in and bought the tops. and now they are freaking out and selling off. That's what's happening. So because the normies and all that, they don't understand what's happening. They see something, they see the market is red, they start selling. They don't understand the normies, what's going on in the market and exactly what's happening now, or they can't really see much in the future, and they just follow the hype or fear and greed. Basically, that's what they follow. So a few weeks ago, when Pepe, Shiba Inu, Doge, these top meme coins, they were pumping, everybody was just in the moment buying up stuff because that's what everybody's doing. It's the hype. I'm gonna miss out. It's a greed, it's FOMO. Still, they were lucky because overall, I do think we're going into a massive altcoin season, but nonetheless, this is not the right thing to be doing at all, is to be buying up when everything is good and green and everybody's euphoric and everybody's feeling FOMO. It's usually not the right time. So these people now bought the top and now they are gonna sell the bottoms. The retail is not meant to make money. Retail is meant to buy high and sell low, to lose money. That's what retail job is here. So the same thing now, when the market are like this, red and all that, retail is selling. So now it's peak fear. Let's say it's pretty much fear now. If we try to look at what's going on here, pretty much now we're cooling off. You see this index now is cooling off. It was in extreme greed just like few weeks ago. Right here at the top here, extreme greed was just around a few weeks ago. So we started being in extreme greed around the 12th of November till the 9th or the 10th of December. Pretty much that's what happened. We were in extreme greed again back in March. So this is where we seen that kind of top as well. We were in extreme greed here. Now we did hit again extreme greed right around few weeks ago, let's say, and we stayed there for about 2 weeks. Now the fear is gonna creep in, or is already creeping in, and that's why we're seeing this now. So one thing I like to look at as well is the others index, and pretty much this shows me where are we in a full-on altcoin season or not. Now it's seen a very big retrace now, down to almost like below 10%, or let's say 10%, which means 10% of the money of the capital in the crypto space is into these altcoins besides the top 10. And what we notice here is if we pull up that bull market support band, which shows us are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market. It's pretty much in the name, right? You can find it if you go to indicators on TradingView and you write bull market support band, you'll find it here, and you can use it on the weekly chart. This is the most important, and it works on Bitcoin, it works on ETH, it works pretty much on those top large coins or indexes like crypto, like the others dominance. Now what we notice here is something very important, is after the bear market, is after this blow off top we had back in the days in 2021, we went below it and we stayed below it until we broke above it, and this happened around July, August of 2023, which means now obviously it's a lagging indicator. It did not really mark the bottom or tell us the right time to buy, which pretty much the right time to start buying was around here, but it did see another low, and after it broke out, this is when we started to see the real altcoin season back in 2023, where pretty much things started to heat up. So if we add Pepe, for that matter, Pepe is like one of those large strong meme coins that's been really showing a lot of strength. So if we add Pepe here down below and we just look at when this thing broke out and retested this bull market support band, like exactly what we have here, breakout of that bull market support band finally, and then retesting it. And keep in mind, we were below it since March, which was pretty much the top of everything, of almost every altcoin. And then since it went below it and stayed below it, we were seeing a lot of sell-offs. We were not really into a full-blown altcoin season or nothing like that until recently. We broke above it and then we're retesting it now. So now when this happened back in the days, if we add right when it retested it here, so pretty much that's where we are at right now, retesting that bull market support band on others. So on that retest, you can see that Pepe down here was still going sideways after it got listed on Binance, and it stayed for a long time going sideways, accumulating and whatnot, was still there. And then once we started seeing these major rallies happening here on others, later on we seen Pepe moving and making a major rally. So what this means today here is we are very likely to see this others hold here and pull back and slowly starts to gain momentum again. And as it starts doing that, we are slowly gonna head towards the major altcoin season, and this one is gonna be the biggest one. It's not gonna be like the previous one in 2023 when we stayed here. Let's see how long we stayed above it here until the top. It was 154 days, but on a real altcoin season, once we broke above it, which is here. Now, once we broke above it, this stayed for a year, 334, and it topped around January of 2022. And most of the altcoins back in the days really topped around November of 2021. And keep in mind as well, we're following 2021 exactly to the T with Bitcoin and everything like that. Even with this others, you see others in 2019 or early or in 2020, before the 2021 bull market, we were having an altcoin season with DeFi summer and all that. And then it broke below it. The same thing we see here. We broke below it around December, went back above it right around January. So now we did go above it right before January, and we went above it around November, but now we're retesting it around December. And the reason is because now the market is getting smarter with each cycle. People just like altcoins much more than Bitcoin. And pretty much since then, we broke above it around February. We sustained it for a year. So this was the major altcoin season that we are talking about. If you're new here and you never experienced the bull market and you hear all these YouTubers and influencers talking about the altcoin season, and you go on Twitter and you hear altcoin season, this is what we're talking about, is this up only one, the one that's actually the most powerful when people actually make life-changing gains. Even though in 2023 we did make life-changing money, but it's nothing compared to what's coming in 2025. So really here nothing is happening. In my opinion, nothing really big is happening. This is still looking good and holding strong. If anything, this is the dip that everybody was looking for, and that the people that bought the tops just like few weeks ago with the hype and Elon and Trump winning and all that, now is the opportunity for those people that were waiting for it. So for me, nothing changes for those strong altcoins and meme coins that you were looking at or eyeing and waiting for a dip. This is the right time. I think, in my opinion, nothing is really wrong with the market besides what the Jerome Powell guy did to the market again here. And we're still on track with what we did in the previous cycle. It was exactly the same. Each time it's just that the narrative changes with what dumps the market. Each time we have a dump, it usually comes out with a news. So it's just that the news changes, but the retraces and the dips happen along the way when we see pumps usually in the market. So when it comes to meme coins, are still the most bullish narrative of this cycle, and these times today are the best times, and it is one of those dips that people have been waiting for. And I do think now here Bitcoin is probably gonna find a floor soon here, or find a support. If we go to the 4 hour here, pretty much this really reminds me of what happened here at the end of the previous year 2023, also around Christmas time and everything. The market sees some sort of a lot of volatility, and this was around also the ETFs. Now here what happened, it was end of December. We see in this range here, exactly that's this range we need to keep in mind here. So this was a very, very strong range, and I remember this range a lot because I was trading it a lot as well here, because it was perfect for me to day trade because of the ranging type of this range. But the thing is, this was also around the end of the year. This was December till February, and then we recovered. So what happened here as well, this was a very, very emotional time. If you were not here, or if you don't emotionally remember what you felt here or what happened here, this was a very emotional time, very felt like really risky. It felt very hard, and it was pretty much very strong. And Bitcoin dropped by 20%. But the narrative back in the days here was sell the news, ETFs and BlackRock got approved, and it was pretty much the sell the news, and also the grind up was leading towards the ETFs, and there was a lot of back and forth about will the ETFs be approved, and if they are approved, will that be a sell the news or not? So that's why the market was just going sideways back in the days here, and then we seen a rally. So also here we did not have rate cuts. at all, and the market still kept rallying. Now today we have rate cuts and the market is selling off after the news of the Feds are not gonna cut as much in 2025, forgetting that in 2023 we had no cuts at all. But still, there will always be something to cause the markets to either stag or lag or see a retrace like we've seen here. And while Bitcoin was doing that, now down below here I have Pepe chart back in the days and how it looked like. Now here in December, around December as well, Pepe topped, and then we seen a bit of we seen this downtrend on Pepe here. And while Bitcoin was just going sideways, and then we seen the sell off, this massive 20% drop on Bitcoin, then as well we seen the same thing playing out on Pepe, and then since then the rest is history, because then we've seen Pepe going for a massive pump. And the reason we're looking at it is because it's one of the top performing meme coins, and if it's doing well, then other meme coins and low cap memes are going to do pretty much very well as well themselves. Now this is what happened then and at the end of the year, and pretty much Pepe started pumping around February of 2024 and did not stop until March. This was a month of up only season. Everything was pumping, all altcoins were pumping back in the days here. So this to say that usually end of year or December months are kind of volatile and things like that usually happen, and 2025 still looks, or the outlook of 2025 is still bullish, nothing really wrong here. And if anything, this dip here that we have in the market is nothing but a dip and an opportunity here today. That's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm doing, and I'm still buying altcoins that I like and adding those low cap memes as well that I like Breton 8 and recently also Dorky and others I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna make a video. You can also join my Discord, link in the description. It's free to join. And that's about it here, guys. If you hold any crypto today that's been at least doing great recently or throughout the year, just understand that this is normal and strong meme coins are gonna come back, and we're gonna really have this true euphoria, and the markets usually don't top with fear. They don't top with people freaking out. They don't top like that. The markets, they top with euphoria. And a quick example of that was the early December, late November euphoria. That was kind of how it feels, but usually it stays for 3 months or more. That's how we actually see tops, not like that. So anyways, hope this was helpful, guys, and thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.